Bonjour, c'est Chris Esson. Aujourd'hui, je vais te parler de l'histoire extraordinaire de Otis Carr, qui, à la fin des années 50 aux États-Unis, avait développé un engin en forme de soucoupe volante, l'OTC X1, pour aller jusqu'à la Lune et revenir avec 3 hommes à bord. En 1925, Otis Carr, étudiant, travaillait dans l'hôtel où résidait Nikola Tesla. Pendant 3 ans, il reçut les enseignements de Tesla et par la suite, il s'intéresse de très près aux générateurs à énergie libre et a le projet de réaliser un engin volant de 1937. On peut l'entendre ici dans une interview de juillet 1960 réalisée par Paul Coates sur la radio KTTV.
What is your scientific background?
It has been individual research associated with several scientists. This one in New York, we had the rare good fortune when we were a youth there in the middle 20s to know Nikola Tesla and to have many conferences with him on electricity, induction coils and electrical power.
Il n'est pas le seul à affirmer que la solution pour aller dans l'espace est un engin rond, utilisant une propulsion électrique. Il cite ici le père de la fusée V2, le scientifique allemand Hermann Oberth, dans la même interview.
The successes that have been made with rockets and missiles, I think, is almost incredible and phenomenal. But there is an easier way, and it is my way, and this is recognized now by some scientists. Dr. Hermann Oberth flatly stated in a press release when he left this country after working here for several years as an expert in the field of rocketry, that when man went into space, it would be by an electrically powered craft, circular in design, protected by an electrical wind. We say force field instead of electrical wind. And where a force field is, a space, a ship can travel in absolute comfort without friction.
Il fonde sa société OTC Enterprise en 1955, dans le but de commercialiser son modèle OTC X1. Il assure avoir construit 6 modèles de soucoupes volantes de différentes tailles et commence à faire parler de lui parmi une population réceptive suite aux apparitions d'OVNI depuis 1947. Le 15 novembre 1958, il participe à une émission radiophonique de la chaîne WOR de 4 heures, où il expose son projet d'aller sur la Lune avec son engin OTC X1. Cet enregistrement est malheureusement de mauvaise qualité, mais j'ai toutefois pu en tirer des informations techniques complémentaires. Le départ est prévu pour le 7 décembre 1959. La trajectoire prévue est en 8 autour de la Terre et de la Lune, avec plusieurs tours autour de la Terre à 76 000 miles par heure, soit 33 km/s, suivi de l'aller vers la Lune à la vitesse de 500 000 miles par heure, ce qui correspond à 30 minutes pour atteindre la Lune. Otis Carr affirme que le trajet aller durera 5 heures au total. L'OTC X1 orbitera autour de la Lune avant de revenir. La durée totale du voyage à bord du vaisseau devrait être de l'ordre de 10 heures. Mais Otis Carr affirme que vu de la Terre, le voyage durera 7 jours. Une démonstration en vol d'un de ces prototypes est prévue le 15 avril 1959. Mais celle-ci se soldera par un échec. La même année, Otis Carr recrute Ralph Ring, plongeur spécialisé dans le test des équipements de plongée à bord de la Calypso avec le commandant Cousteau, puis se reconvertit dans la recherche en électromagnétisme. Commençons par un résumé de cette histoire grâce au témoignage exceptionnel de Ralph Ring, interviewé en 2006 par l'équipe du projet Camelot.
Tesla had told him at one time, he says, I may never make it in this generation to get these ideas out, but this is all just free energy. Free is, you got 4 elements, the sun, the water, the earth, and the air. They're all free. They have been forever and they always will be, and we're not using them. We're inventing ways to put meters on them and sell them. They even were selling air at one time, and now they're selling water. And
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Tesla told him, all this that I'm sharing with you, and he thought the car was brilliant. He thought that, he was grasping everything that Tesla was telling him, because Carr had been into nature for years himself. He said, if I don't make it, or when I don't make it, he said, I probably won't make it, you take it and pass it on. And if you don't make it, pass it on.
Basically, Carr did exactly what Tesla asked him to do.
Yes.
He took it forward.
Yeah.
In a sense, you are taking forward what Carr.
Oh, you bet.
What Carr. I mean, you seem to be the person, that's like a descendant of Carr in that line. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. It's here. Whether it's here today or tomorrow, it's here. It's rapidly approaching the point where it has to be, not want to be, but has to be.
And where was this based now? Where was your group based?
Okay, this was in Costa Mesa, California, where these understanding meetings were, and that's where I met Carr.
Okay.
But they found out that they were after Carr. He was having all kinds of misses. They were trying to quiet his efforts, They were trying to...
When you say he was having misses, actually people were trying to kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were threatening, and then he'd have to be very careful where he went, because he'd find people kind of, very curiously observing him, and things like that. I'm glad you mentioned Van Tassel. I forgot. I had ordered from Europe Tesla's big book, and it did get to me, and I was going through all the patents and everything in the big book. This was before I met Carr, and so I took a trip. I got in my car, and because I was going to try and meet people that
will be more receptive.
More receptive. And I took this Bible down to Giant Rock, Joshua Tree, California, and met with Van Tassel, and we had a nice talk. And I said, I was supposed to give you this. I can't. I'm out of this phase of this. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm going to do, but this is it. And I gave it to him, and I remember it was getting late that afternoon or evening, and I went out and laid on a hillside, and I looked up in the sky, and I saw hundreds, if not thousands, of whatever they were, UFOs. Spaceships,
different various
lights,
shapes.
Really?
Yeah, they're like green lights or whatever. I don't know. There were hundreds and hundreds. They were coming over, and they'd stop and come down and go up and around. And oh my God, this is really, this is really. And I said, what is this for? And what I got was because you did what you did. Mm-hmm. And I was really.
So it's like a thank you demonstration of a sort.
Right.
Wow.
And
that's amazing.
I chilled all over. Like,
if you build it, we will come.
Oh man! So then I got back, and then they had set up the meeting with Carr, and then we got down into the laboratory down in Hesperia in Apple Valley, and we started setting up shop. We had a little machine shop set up, and we had all kinds of stuff to do things with. But we'd had a couple of models that they brought with them that were semi-operational. So the first experiment that I saw that just knocked my socks off was we set it up on one of the workbenches and attached not electricity but sound waves, if you will, or maybe it was. I think we had I'm not sure. Anyway, and this was a small model about 2 feet in diameter, 2 or 3 feet in diameter. And they said, well, take a look at this. So they fired it up, hardly any noise, just a hum, vibratory hum. And it was made out of aluminum. And I touched the surface of it, and it felt good, but I could feel the vibrations. And so they kept increasing the energy, and then there's this feeling that it felt really like somebody had opened a door and a cool breeze was coming through. It felt really good. And at that time I went to touch it again, and it was like jello. It was getting soft. It was getting really, really soft, like I could put my fingers through it. Better than Jell-O because it didn't stick or anything. I put my hand in and pulled it out.
Oh my
like that.
goodness.
Like that.
And what did it feel like when your hand was
Well-
inside of the gelatinous material? Did you feel any?
It was the same tingling that we were all feeling in this room. That we had accelerated our efforts. It's like what it was doing, we were doing.
Oh, I see.
It was,
So
it
you
was
were
very bad.
you were sort of speeding up to kind of like in sympathy to those
Yes,
vibrations.
Exactly.
That resonance that you talk about.
Went back to Apple Valley and said, let's get the 45-foot craft going. Let's have people on board. Let's and we'll document it and we'll have the proof, and then we'll find ways. And we had the understanding group finding ways to let people know what we were going to do. We're going to have live demonstrations eventually. Make a long story short, we went through stages and we finally got to the big craft. There was actually two of them, but there was the one craft that we were ready to try and experiment with.
And how big was that again?
45 feet
Okay.
diameter. And we were, by that time, we didn't have any fences or anything around us, and you could see the thing from the roads and stuff, and we knew that, only a matter of time till the looky-loos started getting there, but we didn't care. We knew we had to do something because now General Motors is going to go tell whoever what we're proposing, and it won't be long before they find out what we're doing. Well, he says, come on, we're going to go. He got us into the briefing room and he told, there was three of us, and I don't remember who the other two guys were now. It wasn't Rapoldi, it wasn't Colton, it wasn't Alvo. But there was three of us, and he said, what you're going to do, you're going to get on board, we're going to go downrange. We had a 65-mile range in Apple Valley, and where we eventually wound up was about 10 miles, I think, downrange. He says, you're gonna get on board, and we're gonna go someplace, and then we're gonna come back, and that's all. And he said, but I want to tell you ahead of time, your brain will no longer
Be the same?
you will lose it. You will, because it won't understand and it won't comprehend what's happening. So use your mind, use your feelings, come from your heart, meditate, go into a focus point, and go to your higher thoughts and feelings, rather than worrying about what was going to happen. So he said, it's going to be a strange experience for you, but it will happen and we will document it. And so we got on board, and what it was there on board, it was just a small, like a crystal ball in the center. It wasn't actually in the center, it was off center a little bit. And it had I think it was a laser, I don't know, but there was a white light coming up from the bottom of it, shining up through it. And it just beautifully broke the color spectrum into, like, from infrared, red, orange, yellow, all the way around 360 degrees. And to anywhere you wanted to go, any degree you wanted to go in the color spectrum was there. And I said, boy, that's beautiful. And we'd been briefed on it, but I didn't, until I saw it, I didn't realize, what was going on. He said, okay, just relax. We're going to go to an area that symbolizes. He used to use symbols a lot. I mean, he'd say, talking is useless. You have to use higher than talking is symbols, is to reach the mind.
Thinking in pictures.
In pictures, right. He said talking is the car. We were in touch. I don't know if we had walkie-talkie. I don't know, but I remember we were in touch. And he said, okay, we're going to Aquamarine. That's over there. And hang on, boys, let's go. So we sat there, and I'm just doing this from memory, and
So you're all collectively focusing the same collective thought
right on
to feed this
Aquamarine.
energy in a center of a focal point, which was this ball.
Right. And this ball then started just closing down and focusing on aquamarine. The whole thing became aquamarine. And I said, my God, this is, how did he do that? You know? And he told us later that we were a part of it doing it because we were focused on it. And I said, this is
There's
great.
this biofeedback mechanism that's synergistic.
Yeah. So we got focused on it, and then I was waiting for the thing to move now, and nothing seemed to happen. Nothing, you know. And then Carr said, "Okay, boys, get out of the craft and see what's going on." Well, didn't it work, or what happened? He said, "Come on, get out of the craft." We got out, and we were downrange 10 miles where this aquamarine area was, and
within this whole process, you're talking about probably a few minutes.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah. I'll get to the timing in a minute on it. But so he said, "All right, pick up rocks, put them in your pocket, take some grass or whatever you can find, some tumbleweed, whatever you can find, and get acquainted with where you're at, because when you get back, you're not gonna remember any of this." I mean, that was the gist of the whole thing. So we did, and we got back on board, and then we were back, and we got out of the craft, went into debriefing, and said, "Well, what happened?" You know, we thought, it didn't work, did it? He said, "You don't think it worked? Check your pockets." And so we checked our pockets, and here's these dang rocks, and I had grass stains, I had everything. I said, "Oh my God!"
But did you have you didn't have memory of
No
this?
memory.
Oh, amazing.
No memory.
Your memory was.
Right. No memory at all. I remembered later being there and picking up the rocks, but then it was just like
Like it was a dream or something.
yeah, like it was a dream. Exactly. Like you advance your imagination to a point, and then you'd forget about it.
Wow.
And so I thought this is the most incredible experience I've ever had. And he said, no, it's simple. Your brain is there to operate your body. You're in a vessel here. It's an illusionary vessel that people don't realize, because we're creating it in microseconds. From 1 second to the other, these shutters are opening and shutting and creating all this reality you see around you. It doesn't really exist. It's all spirit. It's all energy. But we're creating this. And he was blowing us away, and he said, but your brain has a capacity limit. It goes to a certain point of its responsibility, and unless it's in touch with the mind, unless it consents to be in touch with the mind, which
The
is
higher mind, really.
well, yeah, that's the mind of all of us, because we're all one. Unless it gets in touch with that, it doesn't know what's going on. But to us, it was at least 15 minutes.
Normal time.
Normal time, yeah. I figured, we've been gone about 15 minutes.
So there's a time variation
Yeah.
going on here. So
And Carr explained it. He said, it's simple. People don't realize that man, in a sense, created time. Time doesn't exist in essence. It does when we create it, and we have a beginning and an end to something. We call that time. But it says, in a greater reality, there is no time.
That's like the eternal now.
Yeah, and that we pegged it at 15 minutes, and he just a few seconds. He says it. He just went outside and back in time. I mean, it's just what you call it, what you created, is what it is. And since then, I've had experiences that have told me that just don't talk about it to anybody, because it doesn't. Most people are not interested because they're tied up with the creature comforts and so forth. And a lot of people, when I start getting close to it, they get a little fearful because they don't understand, that, and they, of course.
What happened after? I mean, you made that test flight, right?
Right.
And so you didn't make that many test flights after that. Is that right? You guys got closed down somehow?
I did the one test flight, and then we did some things that were there at the plant, but we didn't go down range or anything, because it was just about within 2 weeks after that the FBI and whoever these other guys, CIA or whatever,
No such agency.
weirdos, they came in to the plant. They came over with all their bells and whistles and said that, you know, you're shutting down right now. And we asked why, and they said, well, because of your threat to overthrow the monetary system of the United States of America. That was their ploy, that was their...
And the issues of national security and what have you.
Pour faire connaître ses travaux et aussi collecter des fonds, Otiscar utilise un subterfuge et les publie dans un brevet daté de 1959, sous la forme d'une attraction de fête foraine, qu'il espère installer dans un Disneyland. Le brevet, appelé Amusement Device, est une réplique statique de sa soucoupe volante, et donne les plans, sauf le détail du câblage électrique. L'OTC X1 comprend 2 armatures, emboîtées l'une dans l'autre, tournant en sens opposé. L'armature interne comprend 6 motifs identiques, chaque motif comprenant des plaques formant un condensateur, et une mystérieuse bobine à double cône appelée Utron, qui sert aussi de générateur. L'armature externe comprend 12 motifs identiques. Chaque motif comprend ce qu'Otiscar appelle un électro-aimant, mais il s'agirait plutôt de la bobine secondaire d'une bobine de Tesla, activée par le passage des bobines Utron. L'armature interne avec les 6 condensateurs plans et les Utrons forme un circuit primaire en résonance, et le passage des Utrons dans l'entrefer des bobines de Tesla déclenche des impulsions électriques de très forte intensité qui électrisent la coque. Dans son interview radiophonique de 1958, Otiscar indique atteindre une tension de 1,5 million de volts et que la vitesse de rotation de chaque armature en contrarotation est de 580 tours minute. L'équateur de la coque a une vitesse linéaire identique à celle d'un point situé sur l'équateur de la Terre. Au centre de l'engin se trouve un accumulateur central en rotation, en forme d'Utron, et qui pèserait 4 tonnes, et fournirait une tension primaire de 12 000 volts. La page web du projet Camelot évoque aussi l'utilisation de mercure dans cet Utron. On retrouve donc dans ce dispositif un schéma de principe semblable aux engins à antigravité présentés dans la vidéo 81 sur cette chaîne, à savoir un système électrisé tournant pour entraîner le vide et créer un vortex du champ d'énergie environnant. L'envoi d'impulsions à haute intensité pour la propulsion. L'originalité du dispositif ici est qu'en plus, le système de pilotage interagit avec la conscience à travers un cristal. Selon le témoignage de Ralph Ring, le système ne se serait pas déplacé mais téléporté. Ces affirmations données en 2006 présentent des similitudes très fortes, à la fois avec les informations délivrées dans l'excellent livre d'Elena Danaan, We Will Never Let You Down, dont on attend l'apparition en français pour bientôt, et les affirmations de téléportation que donne Jean-Charles Moyen dans son film Révélation Starseed 2. Capacité de téléportation qui serait due à des ondes cérébrales particulièrement puissantes. Il y a donc des corrélations remarquables entre les informations de Ralph Ring, qui paraissaient totalement impossibles en 2006, et les informations récentes données par Elena Danaan et Jean-Charles Moyen. Ces 2 contactés seront présents en France pour une conférence exceptionnelle les 21 et 22 juillet près de Tours, avec d'autres conférenciers aux témoignages extraordinaires. L'annonce de cette conférence a suscité un engouement sans précédent, et toutes les places ont été vendues en quelques heures seulement, ce qui montre que de plus en plus de monde a dépassé le cap du scepticisme et du déni. En attendant, je te dis à bientôt, et je souhaite une très bonne conférence à tous ceux qui auront la chance d'être à Tours, les 21 et 22 juillet, où nous aurons la possibilité de nous rencontrer. Bye bye!